We're online. Stop with the racist shit, all of you guys, especially you, fucking geek.
What's up, Vanilla Face?
Yo, Vanilla.
Alrighty.
Boys.
Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another Beer Dweebs United, another Wednesday night. First and foremost, what are we all drinking? Let's start with the average one.
Oh boy. I'm drinking Flying Bison's Herc C130 barley wine style ale.
How is that?
It is a year old, and it is bottled on March 2014. It's the nose is like really sweet brown sugar caramel toffee, but the taste a little bit more subdued, a little bit more balanced. Lee would like it, and so would Paul, because there is a residual hop flavor character that's kind of herbaceous type of like eating dirt. Yeah, like eating dirt. But it's probably the best Flying Bison beer I've ever had, so that's not saying a whole lot, as you know, Chad. But it's pretty solid. Pretty dead.
Alrighty, and for yourself, Greg, what Black Oak or Bellwood or Great Lake beer are you drinking today?
You're right on the third one. I have got a growler of Great Lake Swamp Juice number 8, which I am going to open and consume throughout this podcast.
Alrighty, and hopefully you don't get yelled at.
No.
Swamp Jews? I thought we were going to be done with the racism.
Fuck.
And yourself, Guy, what are you drinking tonight?
Dunham's Anna Prost, a triple Belge au Simcoe, 9%er.
You know what's worse? I can't even understand what he's saying in French either.
It's a French beer, too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I can't. Yeah. Anyway, Lee, what are you drinking tonight? I'm drinking a black IPA because I am in support of all equality between all races.
As long as you can drink them.
And what company made this black IPA? That's from Garrison. Alrighty. Nicholas, yourself?
Oh, you're coming to me last, don't you?
Oh, I'm coming to myself last. What are you talking about? I'm being a good host.
Whatever, yeah. I'm about to crack open a Hop City 8 Sin Black Lager.
Nice. That can.
Good.
And more solidarity with our brothers. I just popped open the Petros Aged Pale. Okay. So, yeah, nice sour pale ale is what it's supposed to be. 7.3% alcohol. Where's that from? Belgium. Belgium, ah. And it's aged for 8 months in barrels. The mystic land of the phlegm-ish. Yeah, so as soon as I pour this, I'll start us off. I actually have news. I actually have a news story. Okay, well, do you want to start up then? It's not really. It's not a big story. And fuck you, Joe. But Prince Edward Island is getting it. I don't know if we actually covered this in a previous show because I don't listen to anything else but my stuff on previous shows. Prince Edward Island's getting a third craft brewery soon this spring called Upstreet Brewing. I guess I can close that news story. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually was going to ask you guys about that because I had that open. Upstreet Craft Brewing opening soon in Charlottetown. Yeah, they're saying they're going to have 2 beers available when they open. They're not saying what kind of beers. They were asked directly by some people, what styles are you coming out with? We're coming out with accessible styles.
Oh,
so
boy.
They're probably saying pale ale and lager.
Yeah, lager, pilsner, pale ale, everything. That's great.
You gotta start off with beers that people are going to drink in large enough quantities, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And their logo is a green circle, the green sign with a U and an arrow at one end of the U.
Well, I think maybe on PEI that's the way to go, but if you start up your fucking brewery in the States or even in bigger parts of Canada with fucking pale ales and pilsners and lagers, you're doing it wrong at this point. That was cool 3 years ago, not anymore. But maybe on PEI it works better.
Centers where there's more craft beer competition, you got to start off something that brings more of your A game rather than standard.
Well, the simple fact is, craft beer has been going nuts over the last 4 or 5 years. So, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, if you came out with like a lager, pilsner type of, you know, startup brews, and then you went into maybe like a porter or just a regular stout or something, that's fine. But nowadays, there's way too much good stuff available.
I think they'll have a good chance though because Prince Edward Island's rather isolated as far as getting good beer in there, and they only got two other craft breweries there, and everything in the economy in Prince Edward Island is geared around tourism. So,
Well, I think like the other like Gihan's one for PEI, but the other one Barn None or Barn One or whatever it is, they only serve out of their brewery, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
The brewery, which is a barn.
Yeah, and these guys are going to do apparently 500 milliliter bottles and tap pours and growlers eventually, and then they're also working to get right into the Prince Edward Island liquor stores as well as soon as possible, I guess. So.
What kind of liquor stores does PEI have, similar to what you guys have, like the government
same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been in them. They kind of resemble an NSLC, but they don't have the selection. They're backwater, pure wasteland.
Yeah.
So like the beer store in Ridgeway.
I guess so.
Well, I mean, you can get 40s of OE 800.
I know, yeah.
That's something
Get
pretty
craft
sweet.
beer in PEI beer store.
Well, you're the one that went into that beer store. I've never set foot in it.
Oh, really?
I heard about it.
Jeez, that's such a distinction I can be proud of. You know.
You should go back there this year, make it like your annual thing. You go to the beer fest, and then you go to the
pilgrimage to the beer store in Ridgeway.
Okay, before I go on to any stories, if any of you are in Ontario and you like sour beers, go to the LCBO and find this, the Petrus Aged Pale. It's only $3 a bottle too, and it's 7.3% alcohol. So that's and it's great. It's fucking great. That's it. Phil, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Fuck you guys.
9.5 out of 10. 9.25. 9 out of 10.
I'm not
You
even
gonna review it?
No, I'm not gonna. Oh, I will review it. I bought 3 bottles of it, so I'll review it. Just not tonight. So the first thing, Central City Premium Cider is going to be hitting the market with Hopping Mad dry hopped apple cider. So Central City will be having a threefold system then. They're like the Michael Arnold over in BC, except they actually make good beer. But they are a distillery, cider house, and a brewery now. And yeah, so this is coming out soon. I haven't had a good hopped cider myself yet, though.
Yeah, well, I've only seen one hop cider that I can recall, and that was Woodchucks, but I didn't pick it up. And they used, like, Cascade, so, yeah.
Yeah, I had the Woodchuck one. I had one that he brought over, and I didn't like either of them. I don't know. You'd probably have to use something like New Zealand hops or something that adds a nice fruity character to them to make that work.
Yeah, a fruit-forward hop that is not grapefruit.
Now, the entry details for the 2015 Canadian Brewing Awards have been released. Breweries have until April 1st to put in their submissions. There are 41 categories for beer, including new additions of Session Ale, American-style Sour Ale, and American-style Brett beer. And for the first time this year, ciders will also be judged, with 4...
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
We're never going to know.
With 4... For what?
Oh, God. This is
All
why
in one.
Chad's going to get kicked out of his own chat again, and then 5 people are going to join, and he's not going to come back.
It's alright. Good thing we have the King of Beer Tube here. That's all you need.
Yeah, I'll run it.
Right into the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Right into the ground.
This might be a common problem tonight because I noticed on Jay's examination of Steel Reserve, like 3 or 4 people were freezing up, so it might be a Google problem rather than a Chad problem.
I think it's time to rename this to Who Be Live.
Mm. Come on, Chadwick.
Are there any comments, Lee? Save this shit show.
I am
Crash.
checking.
Chadwick going to be back.
You can always start flipping out like Chad does and just be like, "Oh my God, there's 8 viewers and none of you fucks are asking us questions. Why do you do this to us all the time?"
Yeah. We got 2 comments here so far, and if Google will be nice enough to reload the fucking thing. Okay, I had 2 comments and now it just disappeared. Yeah, Google's being a bitch tonight. Come on.
Oh, I'll read the one. I got it up here. Lee, why do you hate people who drink Westbrook Goes on a regular basis?
I think they're inferior. Jason Spears says, "Hi everyone, having a homebrew robust porter tonight. Awesome." Jim Sear saying, "Good evening, citizens. Just sipping on some Fortress rum because it's close. Well, you better enjoy it because it's goddamn expensive, Jim." And reviewing Under the Influence says, "I'll join y'all if I get a link." Well, if Rhino comes back, I'm sure he'll send you a link if he hadn't sent you one already, dude. So. See how it goes. Yeah, Google's running super fucking slow for me tonight. I don't know about anyone else, but
Mine froze earlier. I couldn't join, so I actually had to reinstall the Google Talk app plugin. I removed programs and it worked fine.
And my app had just crashed, but that's nothing new. It's always freaking like ever since they did an update like a month ago, it crashes all the time.
Are you on a tablet or your phone, Gee? Or?
I'm on an iPad.
Well, I know you are, but Gee, I thought you were usually on your webcam.
Yeah, desktop.
Okay.
It's just I guess they updated the actual app. Like you have to take it off your computer and reinstall it.
oh, for fuck's sakes.
Fantastic.
So. Chad's frozen in time, and here we are.
Chad's off it now. He's out of it. He'll have to...
We might actually have to talk to each other.
Maybe,
Oh, god damn it.
Maybe he decided it'll just be an early night.
Fuck it, let's just start making up the articles and discuss.
Here's the other categories in the fucking beer fest. High gravity lager is one of the new categories in the.
Oh man, that natural ice is the best.
They're gonna examine Steel Reserve 8.11% or whatever, and fucking 6%, and.
Well, I did see earlier on Facebook that they are releasing the newest beer in the Game of Thrones series of beers.
And what's this one going to be?
It's called Three-Eyed Raven, and it is a dark saison ale. A hybrid style open to the brewer's imagination, whatever the fuck that means.
Means whatever it tastes like, it's right.
Yeah, exactly. Which is interesting to see, like, you know, a lot of the styles of beers they've brewed in that series so far have been, you know, nothing extravagant because you're trying to brew it for both Game of Thrones fans and craft beer fans. So I'm interested to see what the fucking dark saison will do for some of those people. I'd be flipping out.
I tend to never buy those any sort of licensed beers because they just annoy me. Like I'm sure it probably could actually be a good beer, but it just annoys me. Why do you have to call it a Game of Thrones beer?
Because they signed a contract.
Well, yeah, and they make money off of it, but it just annoys me. I don't buy them on a principle.
So this laptop is going to drive me to drink more so than I already.
It might not be your laptop this time around there, Chad. Google's been having a lot of fucky problems tonight, so. I'm sure your laptop probably is in conjunction with the shit that Google's doing tonight, but
it's like a
don't blame it all.
Split.
Yeah. So anyway, you stopped on 4 types of...
Okay, yeah, we were talking about the Canadian Brewing Awards and everything being out. So there are going to be 4 cider categories as well. This year, New World Cider, cider with other fruit, cider with herbs and spices, and specialty cider.
Mm-hmm.
Entry form deadline is April 1st. Beer cider delivery has to be done between the 7th and 10th. Judging is April 27th to the May 1st. And the awards will be here in Niagara Falls on June 4th to 6th. There is a $100 per entry fee on the Canadian Brewing Awards. Now, the Ontario Brewing Awards were just judged yesterday. And, here's something to think about, okay? So the Ontario Brewing Awards cost $75 per entry. So right there's the big money grab. If you win and you want to put that little tag on your bottle or on your box, you have to pay $250 to do that. The judges, here's the fun thing that I think is great. I know a lot of the people that judged last night. A lot of them are brewers in Ontario. Yeah, you're not going to be put into a category that your beer is in, but if you're a brewer in Ontario, you can pick out whose beer is whose. You've tried everybody's beer. Really, if they're going to use brewers as judges, and I understand they have the GCP, they should be allowed to judge, do it in the other provinces. Like, have the guys from F&M and everywhere, well, sorry, it's just Stonehammer now, Stonehammer and Wellington and all that judged last night, have them go to judge at the Canadians. Who's fucking trying to call me now? Like, who doesn't understand this Google shit by now?
Oh, this is like fantastic.
Something.
I bet it's Ethan.
Oh, I got a message from Devin saying "For Loco."
Yeah.
He's never allowed back here.
Well, he is the head wizard, like he has to be.
No, it was our other pseudo-French connection. It was Dale. Dale and his native thing.
Dale.
I gotta take it back then. I understand why he's calling me then. No, so yeah, what I'm getting at is, what do you think should happen then? Do you think brewers in that province should be allowed to be judges at that awards?
No, because Michael Arnold will be a dick. So I guess that's probably a good idea. Like, get like brewers from different provinces to judge beers from different provinces. That would actually be a bit more fair, I think, in a way. But
now, yeah, I know we've gone over before. Do we really care about awards? No, we don't really care. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny that. Well, really, what it comes down to is it just adds more fuel to the fire of, do you care?
Well, let's put it this way. At least it's not Molson and Labatt guys judging craft breweries. Like, that would be...
Not enough corn syrup. -3 out of 5.
Exactly. Not enough diactyl in this beer. Gotta fucking rate it down a bit.
Diacetyl. Judge, say it right. Yes, no.
You're being trolled right now, Lisa.
Jesus.
Why? What did I say? What? I didn't hear it.
I always find with these brewing awards that, at least of the beers I've tried, I usually agree with a large percentage of them, and then there's one or two of them that are just really odd, that you're just like, how the hell did that even work? Like, wasn't it like the cream ale won the pale ale category or something last year, or something weird like that?
The cream ale won the pale ale category last year, but it won it with a high enough score to take top beer overall to win beer of the year.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's like, you'd think if it's called a cream ale, that would automatically disqualify it from the pale ale category.
I think we mentioned this before, where you should take all the top beers from every style and then put them all together in a sort of elimination round to determine the real top beer.
Yeah, especially because each judge will have his own one or two styles he's doing. Mm-hmm. So that judge might just... that set of judges might just be easier on the beer than the other set of judges might be. So to be top beer being you had the top best overall marks, then every beer that took 1 to 3 in each different category should be put together to see who actually gets top marks, because you have like 5 people teams and they're not all trying every beer. They're just trying whatever beers are in their category.
Yep.
Anyway, before we go on to comments, I'm not even going to read this whole article, but there was an article about that 170-year-old shipwrecked beer. We talked about that beer before, but this is now that they've opened it and tasted it. And there's a huge article with all the different tasting notes and all that, but the headline is 170-year-old beer, 170-year-old shipwrecked beer tastes like goat and smells of rotting cabbage. So here's my thing. To
10
every
out of
single
10.
person that comes to any reviewer and freaks out on the things they say, like orange candy or this or that, fuck you. These guys are actually trained professionals that said it tasted like goat and smelt of rotting cabbage. That's all I have to say about it. Anyone that makes fun of anyone else's tasting notes, obviously you're wrong now because these guys get paid big money and they said it tasted like goat.
How do you know what goat tastes like?
Well, they went and licked a goat.
Hey, some people get lonely up in the mountains, Nick. Some people get very lonely. And all they have is cabbage and goat. They eat the cabbage, they lick the goat.
Apparently.
That should be a new saying. Lick the goat. Alright, I assume comments. Winter is Coming says he bought his first growler tonight from Barnstormers. He chose their porter. It came to $27, including the $10 bottle fee. Is this typical for growler prices in Ontario? Seems a little steep.
27 with your, well, 10 on the bottle itself is somewhat steep, mattering where you're going. I mean, a lot of times the bottle's 5, but was it just a normal growler? Because 10 for just a normal growler, a little steep, but whatever. 17 for the fill. Yeah, you're usually looking at somewhere in the 10 to 15 range, mattering where you are. Different breweries charge different prices, but the majority of them are in the 10 to 15 range for a fill, and $5 range for the bottle if it's just the regular bottle.
Yeah, I replied to him on here, but I'll just say it on here as well. Is basically 15 plus 5 is usually the typical, but in Toronto you get some crazy things. Like Amsterdam, they have those fancy growlers that I know you like from Minocente. So they charge you a $15 fill plus a $25 deposit. And then Steam Whistle, when you buy your first growler, you have to pay $40. You buy the growler, and then every additional fill is $12. But your first time you buy a Steam Whistle growler is $40. It is a unique growler, though. You can't get anywhere else. So.
All right. One other comment here from someone called Everything Anime. So that includes hentai tentacle porn.
Tentacle porn's awesome.
This is shit. What the fuck? Where am I? I'm on the wrong side of YouTube. Fucking drink alcohol live. LOL. Drunks going to talk about random shit. I'm leaving a like. Well, we appreciate the like, sir.
I don't know if you guys went back and looked at last week's BDU, but there was a guy that left like 15 different comments, and they were just all random, like, what the fuck is this shit? Fat fucking stupid pieces of trash, fucking fat guy, shut up, and all kinds of stuff at the end. I don't know. He was clearly drunk, and I don't even know what he was referring to. Like, what, he was rewatching it, or if it was the actual end.
He must have been rewatching it, because those weren't. I don't remember those comments live.
Yeah, I didn't get the comments live either.
Sounds like he's more incoherent than us.
When we were live, there was some guy who was like, "Oh my God, you guys are drinking on a Wednesday? What's wrong with you?"
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back and revisit that BDU then and see what this guy's about.
Right here, his name was Alan John, and these are all separate messages, but he said I had some many beers. The next one was lots. The next one was fuck you. The next one was fat ass larts. The next one was go to hell. And then the next one was middle finger. And then the last one was see you in hell, fat ass motherfucker. So, not really sure what's happening there. But,
oh, awesome.
I'm curious which fat ass he's talking about on this show.
I don't know. It's pretty fun.
I lose about 20 pounds when I shave this.
You're looking very svelte. Yeah.
And I'm going to put a question out there to Winter's Coming. Where the fuck's your beer reviews? There's only 5 of them up. Where the fuck?
Yeah, come on. Keep them coming, bitch.
Let's go, bitch.
Winter is over. They're close to it.
Just because no one's throwing you a bone and telling you how awesome they are, just keep doing it. I mean, I've been doing it for fucking 7 years almost now, and no one tells me how awesome I am, so I just assume it.
You tell yourself.
Plug it on. Exactly. I just assume it.
I just beer too.
Who the fuck needs to tell you you're awesome? You're the fucking king.
I just assume it and keep plugging on.
Any other comments there, King?
Not right now, and I'm not refreshing right now to see. So let's move on.
Okay.
Beer too.
Okay then. This isn't beer, but it was a related story that popped up when the 170-year-old bottle of beer thing came up. A bottle of gray wine that was dug out of a U.S. Civil War shipwreck after 151 years was tasted, and it's actually pure on gray. It says that it didn't taste or smell good. That's all they want to say because they're sommeliers, right? They don't want to say what it actually tasted like. Just didn't taste good.
And one of our sommeliers died tasting it.
Didn't want to admit it tasted like goat.
Yeah. Goddamn. Yeah.
Now,
That's
I'm going to also. I went out and I had something shared with me, and it was a beautiful little link to a web page that has all 71 beer styles laid out, and it tells you shows you the glass they're supposed to be served in and talks to you about their characteristics. And it's something that everybody should actually have, everybody should see, especially if you don't know much about the styles and you want to know just a little tiny bit about it. You should see this stuff. So I'm going to post this in the comment section on this chat here, and it's on the Facebook page too, and it's on a few other places. But I'm going to go post this in the chat window right now while we're doing this.
Is that the craftbeer.com one?
Yeah. It's not the greatest little thing, but you know what? It's a good little helper for people that don't know. And it's not as in-depth as going through the BGCP. It's a lot easier to understand.
Oh, if it's not BGCP, it's not legit. Don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm sorry.
I think the BJCP, that needs to be updated, doesn't it? Because don't they?
No, it is the rule of law, Greg. You can't question it.
I don't even think black IPAs are in there, if I'm not mistaken. I
Well,
like.
then it's not a legit style, and you can't review it and give an opinion on it.
No credibility.
No credibility whatsoever. That's the way she goes.
Is a hot dog beer an official style yet?
Not yet.
No.
I just
Hot dog beer will be an official style, I'm sure. I gave Devin an invite. Devin should join. He's just scared to show us his beard.
He's scared to show us Four Loko is.
Yeah. Well, he's scared to show us what Four Loko has done to him this evening.
Mm.
I gotta make a trip up to visit Darren or Devin.
Darren.
You should probably know his name first before you visit to visit him.
Look,
Walks into Inoshinte. Hey, Darren, how's it going, buddy?
I'm looking for Darren. Where's Darren?
I love your beard, John. It's great.
The funny thing is, there's probably some guy there named Darren, and they'll trot him out. Hey, how's it going?
And if he has a big enough beard, I may not notice.
Yeah, they all have beards in Inoshinte, don't they? Is that how it works down there?
Yes, they all do. Beards all over their bodies.
Damn.
Out their backs, everywhere.
There's a certain percentage of beard hair that's allowed in the beer. God, I'm not talking properly today.
Greg, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know if
Maybe
you should drink
age
any
your
more of that.
comments in the fridge for a week, and then you might be able to talk a little bit.
That's true. This would taste better if it was in my fridge for a week. It's a Great Lakes product.
That's the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
So another article came out recently, and this one is from the New York Post, so you know it's going to be great. And I understand the concept of it. I believe it was Greg made the comment that anytime shareholders lose money, they're losing the battle. But the title is Budweiser Losing the Battle with Craft Beers. Budweiser sold over $6 billion worth of beer last year, just as Bud Light, and the closest competitor to them sold $2 billion. They're not losing any battle. No. It's horrible headlines like this that are just there to pull people in to read them that kind of anger me. Yeah, they have lost some market share, but they're winning every battle there is right now.
The best way to ignore articles like this is not fucking bring them up and or read them.
Yeah, they're not losing anything. The only thing that's being lost is one of the shareholders maybe didn't get to put a new fucking rail on his fucking yacht this year. He's got to wait 2 years. He's got to wait 2 years to get those gold-plated railing around his fucking yacht this time around.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
You're welcome,
Mr.
Dale.
Mr. Dale.
Hey, it's the dude with the afro who's having a threesome with the chicks.
Right.
Where's the video?
Afro Man. He was gonna drink a beer, and then he got high. Ooh.
So there's another great article out there right now called a song of beer and weed, and it's about Lagunitas and one of their staff members. And yeah, it's a very long-winded article, but basically they used to have parties every Friday, and their sales guy, their sales and marketing guy would be the one throwing the parties every Friday. And he had this giant 1-foot doobie, and he started smoking it up at the party, and he got arrested, and they had a drug bust in the Lagunitas, and then they went on to become a huge company. And really, when you read something like this and see that he's still working there, even though he almost did jail time for drug stuff and all that, you wonder how they can be so angry that they're going to sue somebody for font. I mean, you should just be glad that you guys dodged the law bullet and not even fight with anybody about anything. Just be like, yeah, we survived.
It's because the people who own Lagunitas are douchebags. They only care about themselves. They don't care about anyone else.
Such a lovely man, you know that? Such a lovely man.
Yeah, well,
this is one for you. This is one for you, Lee, and I'm going to probably try and have to get our good friend the Troll to find this just to make you drink it. And it is 311 is launching their own brand of beer, and it's an amber ale.
Go away. Go away. Go away. I thought the band went away. The beer should go away as well. That's not even funny. That's terrible. I don't even know why you brought that up. But apparently you don't like me that much.
They've teamed up with the Rock Brothers in Tampa, Florida, and Nebraska Brewing in Rapillion, Nebraska, and they're making an amber ale.
Those are both terrible. I hear nothing but bad things about that place.
Here's a great one. Also involved in the project is Cigar City.
I hear they have been known to touch children in inappropriate places.
What's wrong with that? I mean, no, that's bad.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Jeez.
Okay then.
Okay. Yeah, I want nothing to do with this beer. I want nothing to do with that band. And I hope all the people who make it are cursed and their families, their descendants are all killed by a horrible curse.
Or a werewolf.
Well, to make you happier, there is B Cups. B Cups on Indiegogo. So B Cups is the world's first plastic IPA beer cups. Basically, they're like a plastic version of the Spigaloo IPA glass. Little thinner neck hole, only 2 big bumps at the bottom instead of a full-on butt plug. These things are $15. $15 for a 4-pack, where sometimes you get those glasses for $15 a glass. Excuse me. Reusable plastic. It's not the plastic. It's not the throwaway plastic. It's actually the reusable plastic, so you can keep cleaning it and using it again. What do you think of plastic Spigaloo replicas?
Is that the one I called that looks like a fleshlight?
Yes, that's the one you said was a fleshlight.
So it's the same properties. It's like you can rewash it and easy grab.
Yeah, but those things are going to scratch up.
Put some seaweed inside of there and.
Ugh, no.
I don't even remind me never to drink out of one of his glasses.
See, to me, I only have so much room in my glass cabinet, so I kind of get excited when I break a glass because it means I can buy a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into plastic glasses. It's not a glass at that point; it's a cup, and I'm not drinking out of a cup. Sorry.
Well, the name is B Cups.
That's right. I'm not drinking out of a cup.
He's gonna bring his own fucking tequila to the fest this summer.
That's right. I drink beer out of a goddamn glass. I'm not a goddamn savage.
I mean, the other thing I could say is if you're hosting a party with people that are not really beer snobs, but they don't necessarily want to drink out of the bottle, it might be sort of a happy medium where you can drink out of those, but then when they get drunk, they're not going to break all your nice glasses.
Yeah, but those people drink out of fucking solo cups.
Yeah, true.
They would go good for bachelorettes parties.
Well, yeah, they can sit on them afterwards.
Yeah, same time. Drink out of it.
We should never have Greg and Guy in the same room. They come up with too much weird shit.
Yeah.
Ewart! Earth to Ewart. What are you doing?
Oh,
Hey fellas,
you guys-
how you doing? I heard the bat signal sounded. Some talk about glassware. I was summoned.
Not real glassware.
We were talking about the B cups, the reusable plastic Spigaloo replicas.
Oh, okay.
What's your thought on those?
I have zero thoughts.
No?
I don't think about plastic cups.
Exactly. Here's where Ewart and I can unite and agree on something. Fuck those things.
And we can also unite in the fact that neither of us has CBS, and there seems to be a growing number of those people of that ilk and our ilk. Anyways, it's from an earlier discussion I was having with somebody. So, what's up, fellas? What are you guys drinking? Sorry, I'm late to the party.
I just drank the Petrus Aged Pale, and now I'm going to drink a Rochefort 8.
Nice. I'm having something I don't think I've ever had, and I can't believe I haven't had it. It's Piercing Pills, Starfish. Needed something.
I enjoyed that for a Pilsner. It was good.
Yeah. Not a big pills guy, but I figured it'd be refreshing after.
I thought you'd be a big pill type of guy.
Yeah, it's my favorite style.
I've got Hop City's new one, 8th Sin Lock Lager.
That went right over his head, didn't it, guys?
Calling him a druggie. Here's the thing. The hurt from Flying Bison, the barley one, it's good.
Actually,
Label on that, Nick.
our next topic is a topic that our good friend Big E here shared earlier today. Do you want to talk about it at all?
Just more craft beer guys getting after each other over names and things like that. It's really shameful behavior. But Larry Bell's Brewing is taking legal action against a little brewery. I don't even know where they're at. Somewhere in the south, somewhere called Innovation Brewing, and they are contesting that Bell's has been using that slogan in their advertising, yet it's not on any bottle or on any package anywhere. They said brewing innovation since 1985. They have it on a couple bumper stickers, which I actually think I have one of those. But I don't equate Innovation Brewing and Bell's ever at any point in time yet. They're taking legal action against these little guys, and it's pretty deplorable, you know.
Here's the thing here. You always have an issue with Greg Cook, right? You don't like Snow and you think he's a...
I have issues. I have a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with Larry Bell too.
Yeah, well, Larry Bell is as big of a twat as Greg Cook is. That dude wouldn't distribute to New York, and his response was because I don't like New York.
Yeah, well, that's
I don't like the entire state. He didn't like the laws and whatnot. But that guy is a cockbag.
No, he is. No, there was a time where I was not buying Bell's product just because he is a douche. But
Wow.
I can't ignore Black Note. So.
And how many breweries over the years have said, we're making a new innovative brew, or we're innovative in the way we brew? I'm sure there's plenty that on the flimsy grounds they're going by here, they could probably sue about 8,000 fucking breweries.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. We talked about a week. I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. Whenever maybe a month ago when Lagunitas was suing Sierra Nevada, and it's just like you're going to see more of these pop up, and it's going to become a weekly occurrence.
Yeah, he also adds in that they've been using the slogan "inspired brewing," and you might mistake that for innovative brewing.
Oh yeah.
Well, people should just go, hey, Larry Bell, nothing about anything you make kicks off inspired in my brain, bitch.
A lot of these big micro companies are now going the same route as the big macro companies. The same companies that they sit there and have a strong disdain for and say that they act like idiots. Now they're starting to act like idiots. So, right.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Now,
it's going to be all the same at some
it also
point.
talks about 2 other lawsuits in this same article. New Belgium is in a federal dispute with Oasis Texas Brewing over the rights to the Slav Ride Session IPA brand name. Sorry, Slow Ride.
What did you say? Slav? What the fuck is a Slav ride?
Slav Ride.
Okay, I said
the
slob
Slovakian
because
rise?
I'm blind and it looked like a V because this text does not show the W very well, okay?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And in 2013, Headwaters Brewing of Waynesville changed its name to uh, Bear Waters after a cease and desist letter from Victory Brewing, which makes Headwaters Pale Ale.
Well, same thing with Vivant and Tired Hands. They had the same issue of beer dispute. You're right. There's gonna be a lot of them. I just think that when you got some of these biggest bells, it's really a stretch, and it's an unregistered sort of thing with them too. It's like it's not a trademark or anything that they're claiming, so they're gonna lose in this, which is a shame because those little guys are gonna have to spend a lot of money defending themselves.
The issue I have is the whole they like to preach the majority of the microbrewery owners and whatnot like to preach the camaraderie. Oh, that's the difference between us and the big guys is we don't want people to see blah blah blah, and now you're seeing not so much. We want you to succeed as long as it doesn't infringe even like a percent into like our market or what we would perceive as our market or the potential for us to make more money. And it's like, you know what, you guys are just like the rest. All you want to do is make money. I don't want to hear all this bullshit about I like all these places popping up and I want them to do well and blah blah blah. Yeah, you want them to do well as long as you're doing better than them.
Right.
It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. They're starting to become the big guys, and you're going to see it over the next couple of years, and it's unfortunate because it's a business, and that's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
Along the same ways here, this is a great one too. Central City redesigning Detective Saison label due to copyright concerns. So, less than a week after it was announced and released, Central City Brewers and Distillers, and Cidery now, has been forced to redesign the label of its new seasonal brand Detective Saison due to copyright concerns. As reported by the Surrey Now newspaper, soon after the label art for Detective Saison was released, local artist Myron Campbell noted on Twitter that the character on the label looked to be a nearly exact copy of the character Dina Pilgrim from the comic book series Powers. Basically, they're going to sell the bottles that have it on it now, but they're not bottling anything else or changing the label. This was actually done by a marketing firm, and then when you look at the labels, it's basically an exact copy. Her hair color is different, and that's it. Like the boob shading is the same. Everything's the exact same. The way she's standing, the way she's holding her FBI badge, it's all the exact same. So this was actually a blatant rip, but it was a marketing company that did it. So I think that's hysterical.
You think they'd know better? You think they'd be looking for public domain images or images that they could buy cheaply? With.
Yeah, and are they going to redesign it for free? Are they going to pay for all the new labels? Or are they going to, because it's their fuck up, not Central City's?
Yeah, I kind of doubt it, unless they get sued.
And if I was Central City, I'd say to the owner of the comic book, "I'm sorry this happened. We won't use any of the labels anymore, whatever." And then I'd sue them for copyright infringement. You just cost me money.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Yeah. Because I mean, if you're a company. That's your fucking business. You should fucking know better than to pull that shit.
Yeah, it's not like this was just a new brewery going, "Hey, let's make our name this," without looking. This was a marketing company making up a label for somebody and not checking if that, and stealing it basically, because again, it's an exact replica. The coat's the same, the shirt's the same, the shading's the same.
This is an age of litigation. This is an age where Google can search every fucking image you have on a Google account and determine whether you're stealing an image from them. I mean, it does not pay to be fucking lazy and stupid. I mean, you're going to lose a lot of fucking money if you pull shit like that.
Okay. Well, I think it's going to come down to, not just with beer, but with a lot of branding everywhere. No one's creative, right? Everybody's ripping off ideas. Everybody's twisting something that's already been done. You're going to have the marketing guys are going to be having to sign off on, when they go into agreements with anybody representing them or coming up with ideas. They're going to say, listen, if we get pinched for anything, it's all on you. And this is going to be sort of new sort of laws or rules, at least agreements with marketing firms, and they're going to have to get insurance and all that stuff to protect themselves from their people. And there's just too much stuff out there, and everything can be perceived, be it a name, unless somebody comes up with like a central database of all pictures, which is impossible, or names or whatever that's registered. Again, very difficult, but it's gonna come back on these marketing companies, and until people wise up and start putting the onus on them and signing off on things like that, those guys are just pretty much like, whatever,
Yeah, just weigh the costs of hiring a local artist to design your label for you compared to being brought down in litigation because the marketing company you hired fucking stole an image somewhere and said, "Here, use this."
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was a great little segue from Bells to that, just because it shows that it's happening everywhere and it's happening about everything.
But at least this is a legit concern compared to.
Oh yeah, this one is actually straight up. It's not like the Magic Hat one or anything like that, or the Lagunitas we're suing over a text. No, this is full on. This has been ripped off. It's been ripped off.
We do have 2 comments. Aaron Doucette says, "Goat and goat dairy products have a very distinct taste, tang, musty, gamey, and tons of people eat those things, so that's a reasonable tasting note. Boiled cabbage, vegetal notes are DMS, so I can see adding rotting to that. Rita BJCP, they have updated or announced the changes coming soon at least to black IPA is in there. We even talked about on BDAU at some point last year, so there you go."
I get what they mean when they talk about that musty, taste of goat. If you ever had like feta cheese or blue cheese, you kind of get that when you get past the salt.
Oh wait, is the new tasting note going to become goat blanket instead of horse blanket? Is that what we're going to get? Winter is Coming says, "I'll get back to the reviews. I'm currently in my final year of college, and the last few weeks have been pretty rough with exams and such. Stay tuned. I also have a bad habit of drinking all the beers in my fridge that are set aside for reviews." I'm sure we've all had that problem at some point.
Never.
Called a first world problem. I drink beer too fast.
Recorded or reviewed in a while.
I always find if I've got 40 beers in the fridge, I'll go through half of them in a week. But if I've got 5 in the fridge, I will do no more than 1 a day because I have to save them until I get more.
That's about how I operate. The more I have, the more I want to get rid of them for whatever reason.
I'm down to 3 beers to review right now, and they're all right there. There's the Petrus. There's the Ted Lindsay Red Saison, and
Ted Lindsay Red Saison, is that from what you call it?
Yeah, it's from them again.
Oh, a Red Saison. Oh,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Can't wait.
I just did their Winterbach a few days ago. Their Crazy Eyes Winterbach, Darcy Tucker one.
That's amazing. So you got Ted Lindsay, Darcy Tucker.
Yeah, what kind of shit is that?
Fucking hell, man. These guys.
Jacques Plante.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but
Who else is
in there? Ken Dryden.
Yeah, one of these isn't like the others.
They should find every shitbird who was in the NHL and give them beers like Darcy Tucker and leave the legends alone. Quit disgracing them with a Red Saison, for God's sakes.
They should make a pumpkin beer and call it Gourd D Howe.
Ooh,
now that would actually be amazing if they did that.
I can see into the future, and a year from now, Lee is suing someone.
Yes.
At some point, and he will reference this video specifically.
I say it on BDU, you sons of bitches. Just go an hour in and fucking.
But here's the thing: I guarantee you, in the state of Michigan, somebody's created a little pumpkin beer called a Gordie Howe. I almost, I just haven't heard of it, but there's 1,000 breweries in Michigan. Not 1,000, but a lot, a couple hundred, at least a few hundred. Yeah, I can imagine somebody's done that. But either way, you should register it anyways.
and hey, you want to use this name, guys?
Gotta pay the king his ransom.
That's right, motherfuckers.
I'm actually surprised How Sounds doesn't do it.
Well, looking at it on Tapped, I just typed in Gordie Howe, Gourdie, not like -Y or anything. There's a homebrewer guy named Pat Farrell who did a Gordie House spice beer with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, which I imagine is a pumpkin beer. So.
Trademark.
I'm gonna stamp him out. I'm gonna kill him.
Actually, this guy's from Buffalo.
Yeah,
I
murder him.
actually know him. Wow, that's pretty funny.
Okay, Joe, we'll talk later. I'll slip you a few dollars through PayPal. Murder this fucker.
Oh, man.
Make sure you sign up friends and family.
That's hilarious.
Not goods and services paid.
That's fucked up.
Hey,
There's no original ideas.
Chad, if you haven't sent him one, I think Reviewing Under Influence wants an invite.
Oh yeah.
I think he asked for it when you would crash.
So does Brad.
Give them all an invite and let them race for the final spots. Until I crash again, then somebody can steal.
Fight for your parents' love.
I don't think anyone's racing for any kind of spot in this fucking chat. Just to be clear, Greg.
Joe, if you're here, everyone wants in.
I know.
They want to get the Buffalo news fast. They want to know what's new at Premiere.
Okay, what are you drinking, Dale?
I am drinking my homemade Black Schwartz beer.
Awesome.
Give me a second. It's taken me a while to fix this shit.
We can see you now. We can hear you now. So,
All right,
as far as we know, it's fixed.
All right. So yeah, it's my Black Schwartz beer.
Awesome.
That's what I'm drinking. Any comments there, Lisa?
Oh, I gotta refresh this shit. Okay. Alright.
Something about sucking a show.
Like how Lee dreads it. I gotta hit the refresh button. It takes so long.
It does sometimes. Reviewing Under the Influences, craft breweries who sue over shit like that can suck a chode. Never has it been more eloquently put, sir. Now, what is Greg doing? Okay, that's not his penis. That's a finger or a thumb. Okay, that's good. That's good. Just checking.
I thought it wasn't my penis too, so I hate it when that thing just creeps out like that.
I'm sorry, I even brought it up.
That's the
I feel like views under influence or Brad could gladly take your spot, Greg. Like,
Yeah,
100%
say
take your spot.
anything. Say anything.
Good day.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
yo.
Hi.
And I don't know, I'm just going to say this. I'm sure some people have thought it, and it's not an insult or put down. It's actually a compliment. I think Reviewing Under the Influence looks like the child of Johnny Depp and that dude from The Walking Dead. I'm just going to put that out there.
What?
King of Virtue has spoken.
Official.
Has been decreed.
I'll take it.
Well, at least he doesn't look like he's related to Mike in any way.
That's how you call him Mike. No one knows him by anything other than Tits Beer Bong 420.
Oh, God. No, fuck off. That guy's a cave troll.
Quality reviewer.
Fucking cave troll.
He's a troglodyte, for fuck's sake, that guy.
Don't give him the dignity. No. He is no troll. He's not. He's like the shit that trolls trudging.
So much jealousy running rampant throughout this hangout. You guys are just impressed by his great beer reviews and the fact that he knows how to clean glassware, unlike you fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
I actually tried to go out and find that glass review you talked about, and I watched 3 different reviews, all that had absolutely no sound, but were uploaded anyway, and they said in the description box the sound might not work. I don't know why.
Because his mic is clogged by whatever shit is on his fucking glasses.
And I sat there looking at them going, okay, so you fucked up. Why would you still keep this online if there's absolutely no sound? Why would you do it? It's not like you were. It's not like you were making a fucking artistic piece where you were doing some artistic review where people can pretend what they want, or they can't even try to read your lips because your lips don't move right. You're like,
His reviews are art to someone. Let's be honest. Somebody finds that artistic.
It's not hard to sum up. It's very easy to sum up. It is the late stages of what one would consider excessive marijuana abuse. Is what his problem is. He makes Cheech and Chong look like fucking nuns.
well, he does live in Welland. I mean, when you live in Welland, it's a special time of your life. Okay, ask the Reverend. The Reverend knows. I did send Brad an invite too. He just doesn't.
Hey guys, don't understand this Google Plus, guys. Gonna play some Mortal Kombat, guys, and see you later.
I would like. What we should do is we should pay for Tip Beer 420 to go out to Calgary, and we should get him and Brad to do some videos together.
Hey, I was just gonna suggest I'm gonna do some videos with Brad this summer. I've hung out with Brad before, and I'm going out there again, so we may. No toking involved though.
Well, is he gonna hand you a medium shirt?
Yeah, I'll get all the mediums from the bathing app.
Your fucking 5-minute review would be 4 minutes and 59 seconds of you guys just flexing.
Exactly. Speak of the devil.
There we go.
You start saying flexing, and Brad shows up, and he's like, "It's a right. You guys want to see what beer I'm drinking?" No, I don't. I know, Brad.
Just for you guys to know, there's another new brewery opening up here in the spring, I guess. It's in Canada. It's going to be called Toothless Donkey Brewing Company.
Yeah, they're totally out of names at this point.
Christ. It's terrible.
It's
almost as bad as Craft Heads. Almost.
Fucking orange.
No, or Toothless Donkey is called Toothless Donkey because they found their brewmaster on the streets on Somerset Ave, and that's just it. He's a Toothless Donkey. That's why it's called Toothless Donkey.
Oh, it's named after.
Justify it.
It's named after a beer tuber from Welland. That's what it's named after.
How you doing there, Brad? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Evil Twins Molotov Light.
Ooh, what do you think about that one? Because there's been a lot of different reviews lately. People have been drinking.
It's shit. I don't like it.
Do you like it? I figured Brad would because it's super fucking dank. That is.
Yeah, it's almost too. I don't know. It's got a catty. I guess you could say that cat piss maybe smell.
Yeah, I think Simcoe's pretty much the main hop in that.
That's what I said in my review. I said definitely Simcoe hop at play. It's a little bit tropical, but not like I've heard. And it's no heady topper either. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's DJ.
It's good, but it's not. It's not fantastic.
I would agree with that. Aaron and I, we tried a fest, and unlike typical fests where you get your porn, it's like fucking freezing cold. They had them in cans. But they had them, ice around them. But they had like 4 or 5 cans that were outside the ice for about a half an hour, so it was actually warmed up somewhat. And yeah, it was probably the most dank IPA I've ever had. It was just straight on dankness everywhere. I was not a huge fan of it.
It's not what I expected from the couple reviews I saw.
Like DJs, for example, like Johnny G's.
I actually watched a bit of Darwin's. I don't know why. I don't care.
Yeah, what are you doing, Brad?
Okay, well,
I like Dar.
What is that plastic bottle on Brad's table? Is that possibly the most metal milk bottle ever?
Yeah, that's his water jug, bro. Fuck around.
Okay. Awesome. I was confused.
I don't know. I think it's his water jug.
It is.
It's a piss jug. That's a piss jug.
Oh,
I have never pissed in it.
Growler?
Hashtag Canadians pee in jugs. Is that what it's going to be now?
I didn't think those things still existed, except they're in Trailer Park Boys, and they are called piss jugs. I mean,
that is the most ghetto growler ever. Do you actually bring that to the store, Brad? Can you fill it up for me, guys? Sure.
What growler fills in Calgary?
I don't know.
I don't think there is anywhere that really does that.
Really?
No, not in Calgary. That sucks.
Well, they just got them in the whatever. Nick, what is the New Brunswick? It is the ANBL or whatever.
Yeah, indie liquor is it's normally called here.
You guys have growler fills now, right?
Oh yeah, we've had growler fills since I can't remember. It was like September or October of last year. Basically, there was starting out there was 3 stores in each province in the province that had growler fill-ups, 3 taps each, 1 tap dedicated to macro beer.
Awesome.
I know. Since then they've expanded to I think 4 or 5 stores, but the program itself has been successful. But they were in the news recently for one fuck up they did at the start, where the NB Liquor, like when they first started the program, they were making you buy an NB Liquor growler. And what happened was they ordered 40,000 growlers to start out with. That's like 25% of the population of the fucking province.
Those are high hopes.
I know.
Like people are just gonna rebuy them.
Ridiculous amount of bottles, and the problem is that a lot of people were putting up a fuss that they couldn't use the growlers they already have. So after a month, they let everyone use your Big Tide or your Pickeroons growlers to go fill up. And now NB Liquor's got this huge inventory of bottles that haven't been sold.
Oh, well, you know what the solution to that is, Nick? They got to bring back Selection Lager, and they'll fill all those growlers all the time.
Oh, hell yes. Actually, they've been getting a lot of flack for having the macro beer dedicated tap too. So they've let that one slide a little bit. So it's 3 different craft beers. But they've gotten a lot of different stuff in there. Like they've had like Rogue and some other brands like True Diablo, Trois Musketeers, like from Quebec, and all kinds of different stuff that I can't think of off the top of my head right now.
Like Bud Light Lemonade Rita.
I don't get why you would want to get a macro growler fill. It's just off to me.
Yeah, if you wanted like a growler of like Shock Top.
I think that was just concession to get the program in, because I mean Moosehead and them have got so much fucking pull in the New Brunswick government as far as that shit goes. I mean, they were probably sitting there demanding they would at least have a presence in the growler.
For the first little while, they had 1 tap in the KV store, like by me, outside of St. John. It was like dedicated to either Boundary, Hop City, or Barking Squirrel, or the Hot Bot.
I'd fill those. I'd fucking get a growler of fucking Hot Bot. Fuck yes.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Hot Bot's great.
I mean, I don't mind the Hot Bot, but it's just like, can't you like give someone else a chance to have that tap? It's the other place, the other cities that have let, like, was it? I can't remember. It's Fredericton or Moncton, but one of them has a dedicated tap to Shock Top.
No, here's the thing about macro brews being and drafting for growler fills and stuff. How many macro beer drinkers enjoy their beer out of glasses as opposed to the cans or bottles?
I can't imagine they'd be like on this by case. Why would I?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying the macro drinkers don't. I'm just saying how many really do. Like,
you have a big education part too, right? How many macro drinkers who have always drank Bud Light or have always drank Schooner or whatever else has actually ever used a growler knows you have to keep it cold. You have to drink it within this amount of time. You have to, like, once you open it, basically you have to drink it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that part is a problem for them. But
and another question is, how much does it cost for your initial growler and your fill?
To buy the growler, it's $10, and then the fill ranges, depending upon what the product is, between $10 and $15. So, like a premium beer from Trois Musketeers might be $15, but like Shock Top might be $10.
So you're at the end of the thing, you're going $20 to $25 or so for whatever you're buying. You compare that to, like Brad was saying, just buy a case of fucking beer, macro beer or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to have any macro guys really on that tab.
Growler's only like 5.5 like bottles, so it really doesn't make any sense. It's more expensive to buy Hot Bot in the growler than it is in buy a case for $13.
Well, yeah, it's more expensive to buy it in the growler if you are buying the growler that day. If you come in with the growler afterwards, it's cheaper to buy the growler.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's an education thing. Like how many just sort of stalwart macro drinkers are gonna buy into a growler program? They'll probably see the big cost up front and think, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna buy a case of beer like I usually do."
Well, I mean, it's successful enough. Every time Hammond River Brewing posts a beer in the KB liquor store, it sells out before the weekend out.
But we're not talking about Hammond River. We're talking
Yeah,
about...
I'm just using that as an example. Some beers will actually sell out before the weekend's out, so there is enough draw on it. It's just, yeah, macro drinkers are not going to be the ones waiting in line to get a beer fill up.
So I want to get my case of Coors Light and then get it back in my pick 'em up truck and get the fuck out of there. You know?
I want to try it on
45. Down the hatch.
Need to have that on tap. Growler experience.
Well, if you want to sell Shock Top, it's not really hard. You put your dog in a kiddie pool, put some lemon in there, just sell it as is.
Here's my dog. Let's try that shit.
They won't know the difference, I swear.
Scruff top. There we go. Scruff.
Maybe put some Eau Perrier in there for the carbonation. Shock Top wheat beer. Fucking disgusting.
Quit beer.
Wheat beer.
Wheat.
Wheat.
Whiskey tits.
Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
I
Wheat.
would love some whiskey tits, to be honest.
Yeah, whiskey tins. Give me some
Fuck out
Lefroy.
of the way, baby. There's whiskey in them tits.
Yeah, give me some Lefroy double D's or Lagavulin double D's.
Well, what was it? There's that meme out there about this lady sells margaritas at the beach and makes $2,000 a day, and it's like margarita holders on her tits, and people suck it out of the nipples of the tits, and yeah, like that. Like you wear a thing with whiskey in it, people will do it. The amount of money, like there are so many, like Greg would do it. I know Greg would do it. Oh, he's not here anymore, is he? Oh, I feel bad now.
He fell into a black hole, apparently.
Yeah, I see.
Let's see what's in the tits today.
You know, you would be the king of BeerTube for real if you actually were able to get a pair of those and have a girl just stand there and you drink the beer out of the beach day. Let's see and say that before you do it. What's in the tits today? There is no way you wouldn't make $100 a video almost.
Well, you know what? If I could go to that place and find that chick who actually does that, I would actually film a video doing that. I would pay the money to get a margarita out of her tit, just to do that, just to have that as like my intro video. Let's see what's in the tits today, guys.
And you know, everybody's gonna go, "Oh my God, that's sexist, you're a misogynist, pig." Sure, whatever, I am, because I think it's hysterical. I think it's hysterical. I think the fact that she actually went out and made booze holders with a nipple on them that would go over her own tits and stand on the beach and sell them to people. I think that's hysterical and amazing at the same time.
It's not sexist or misogyny. It's fucking female empowerment. She's suckering a bunch of dumb guys into drinking out of her tits, for fuck's sakes, for money.
She offers a service and you're gonna take
it. Exactly. If anything, it's fucking reverse misogyny. It's
You can reverse it. Just make a penis version.
Software as a service.
She is playing on the weakness of the male.
The problem is, if you made a penis version of it there, Guy, you're still playing on the weakness of the males, because it's going to be males that are still buying it.
I'm gonna make $1 to go broke.
Let's
see what's in the balls today, guys.
Shrimp's done.
Did you just say shrimp's done?
Yeah.
Steel driver man today, guys.
Lucina City.
Lucina City, Tap and Grill.
Well, I did start that new segment of I showed you mine, you show me yours, and I've already had Facebook messages from 4 different people that are of the other team saying, "Oh, you are such a tease. Like, no, I'm really not.
How many people have done video replies? Is it just me so far?
You and Beer Zerker so far.
Oh, okay.
Beer Zerker.
I missed it.
I wish you could still do a video response. Why did
Pardon?
they get rid of that?
Because they're stupid. So what I did was post the link to your video on my video.
Okay.
I didn't see that video.
I started a new segment last night. It's basically I'm going to show different collections and say, what do you have? And I started with bottle openers.
I assume you're moving the glassware, considering your comments you made to Aaron and Ewart.
That was just Aaron always does proper glassware, so I was just like, how many fucking branded tulips do you have? Because it's usually a tulip glass, and not as many as me. No, I have hundreds upon hundreds of glasses, but most of them aren't branded. There's actually not that many branded ones over there, in comparison to non-branded. Or the ones that are branded at like festivals and stuff, not actual companies.
If I still did videos, I'd make a response by now. So I got some nice openers. I'll do my show me yours right now. Here's one like this.
What the fuck is that?
That's an opener? I always thought it was a fire poker or something.
That's a ceremonial dagger is what that is.
Now, Lee was talking about how nothing's made by hand anymore. This is a handmade, iron freaking weapon. Let's see if I zoom out here. It's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Made by a guy in Mississippi. He also did this one for me. He calls it the Whale Slayer.
Wow.
Whale Slayer.
Yeah. And this one too, which is the band hammer. After a bunch of us got banned on Beer Advocate. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're all really cool.
There's some cards.
How much do they each cost?
Those are downright fucking fine.
Yeah. They're worth every penny, Joe.
No, how much did they cost? That's what I didn't ask if they were worth it. How much did they cost?
One of them I traded beer for. I'll just say
Okay,
that.
how much did they cost?
With shipping 60.
Oh.
So 60 for the three of them?
No.
Oh god. I hope you.
Well,
I hope you open a lot of beers with those.
Oh yeah, no, every one. But I mean, to me, it's art. I mean, he does this by hand. He's a blacksmith, and he just does it really over a fire as a hobby. And I think they're awesome, and I have a real appreciation for it. It's something, a skill I wish I had. So I love metal work. So to me, it's no big deal.
Well, how many of you guys have those little button openers that just have the nail in them, or the button, or the screw? Those things are like $15 to $20 online most of the time.
I'm just gonna make one. They can't be that hard to make.
Yeah, it's a little piece of wood with a screw in it. Like, how is it $15?
I want mine to smell like coconut though, so I gotta buy that Firestone Walker one.
The Firestone Walker one didn't smell like coconut. It smelled like vanilla.
Oh, vanilla. That's what it was.
It smelled like vanilla. No longer smells like vanilla, but it originally smelled like vanilla.
It smells like hand sweat.
It wasn't bad. Like I ordered some glasses and stuff from them, and I think this was like $8, maybe.
Okay, $8 isn't bad.
$10, something like that. And I open all my beer with it because it saves the cap perfectly and it smells like vanilla, or it did smell like vanilla.
Fuck, I gotta get one.
What I always kind of wanted was the last one Chad showed was the compression one or whatever, where you bring it down on the fucking bottle.
Yeah, the Flying Monkeys one?
Yeah, because the first time I ever saw one of those was with Girl Likes Beer, that beer tuber from years ago, that Polish beer tuber. And I always thought that was like the coolest fucking bottle opener I ever saw. It was just like so practical. It's like, there you go, beer's open.
Yeah, this one barely works anymore.
It's
Now,
good
Lee-
to, like, fuck it up.
Lee, was it the opener, or was it like sort of like the old, what do they call those shake weight thing that you just like, oh, hey, shake weight?
No, she wasn't doing any shake weight stuff, but
But I mean, it's kind of like that in a way, right? I see like the little pow, pow, right?
Papa
I
Cat.
don't know. You'd have to ask Chad9976. He was the guy hitting on her. So.
No, you have to specify her. There's
Yeah, I've actually seen him hit on basically every female beer tuber that's out there.
Here was his line that he said to her. She was from Poland, and he was like, "My last name is Poland's. That I am originally from Poland, so we have something in common." It's like, maybe you'd like to come over to the U.S. sometime and meet up or some shit. And it's like, oh fuck.
What was the duo review? What was the
Oh,
he did the
man,
duo review
that's the
with?
worst.
And
That
at
was
the end,
the worst.
Let's
maybe-
get topless or something like that.
No, I was talking about getting naked or something, wasn't it?
She's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Notice she doesn't do a lot of reviews anymore.
Yeah, thanks, Chad.
Yeah, thanks
didn't do anything.
Thanks, Chad.
Fucking guy.
Thanks for making a fucking wasteland as far as female reviewers went for like 3 years or something.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any, is there? No?
Oh, there's tons now. There's all kinds popping up. Yeah.
Yeah, but how many of them are actually good quality, and how many of them are just jump cuts to make
Well,
them feel better?
like 3, but still, at least there's females.
The one that I
then-
saw was
then
the
there's-
craft brew chick. She's alright.
What's that
Southern.
girl? What's that girl that doesn't do many of them, but me and you both watch her there, Lee?
Jen Suzanne.
Yeah.
Yep, she's good.
Yeah.
She's got some amazing facial expressions when she's drinking a beer, too.
That's true.
But seriously, women don't review beer on YouTube because guys like Chad.
Pretty much.
Well, remember when Karina used to do beer with the Commander, and everybody would get on there, oh my god, she's hot. I'm still getting comments about how hot she is and how she should be back. She'll never be back, just so you guys know. But anyway, things like even the Urban Viking was like her and Alicia's stalker for a year.
Well, let's be fair. What she did, you can use the word review loosely in what she actually did.
Tastes like beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you getting now? Berry flavors? Okay.
Stoutiness.
Matt's not here to defend himself.
How's the nuttiness scale? How is it nutty?
Yeah, Greg. How is that?
By the way, I find you incredibly pompous, sir.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You pretentious asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, no, I haven't. Pretend like you're any matters.
Cool beer.
I'll just leave it at this. I was explaining that story offline, and that is the most bizarre fucking thing I've ever heard.
I don't know this story, and I'm sad.
Yeah, you should hear it offline. Probably not online. It's probably not a good idea, but.
I give a million fucks times 0.
That was just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to female beer tubers.
Nope, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
You know, I want to find that clip. Can we like with this hangout? Can we like splice that in? You know, like I do like a little screen share, and we can like all relive that that infamous moment where Chad Chad's alienates every you know what I mean?
I wish I understood this well enough to know if I can do that or not. That would be amazing to share that.
It's like, I'll do a screen share.
Yeah,
I can do one. I just have to call it up. I have to find it.
Yeah, you just have to find the video.
All right, give me a minute.
Okay, any comments? Do any of our 11 viewers? Wow, we went up. Do any of them have comments, questions, concerns, anything they want to talk about? We've basically done our topics. This was a slow review, so
just keep on talking about the fucking female beer reviewers. I'm sure you'll get 400 viewers.
Tasting Niche has really good quality stuff, but if she does any more jump cuts, I might actually fly to France and strangle her.
Whoa. What do you mean quality stuff? When there's that many jump cuts in there, no.
Okay, what I mean by
terrible
is that she actually knows a little bit more about beer than most of the female beer tubers out there.
She knows a lot about jump cuts.
She does know a lot about jump cuts too.
Super.
And actually, Aaron, if you're still watching, Aaron, I was at the LCBO today, and I saw the third new set of beer labels for Grand River Brewing, and that third set is probably the ones you thought I was talking about when I said the labels are better. So, yeah, they're not better. They're a lot worse, and I apologize for trying to defend my stance, because those neon green and everything labels are fucking ugly as fuck.
Who's that, Grand River?
Yeah, Grand River has done their third label change. So they had their first label, which was the construction paper that looked like a 6-year-old drew it, and that was the original label. Then they went to a still ugly label, but it was actually on label paper, and it was just fairly standard, basically nothing, right? I would say Old Defiant and stuff. Here, let me go grab the Old Defiant bottle to show you what they looked like.
What's worse, their labels or their beer?
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a tough question. Based on the beer I've had from them, probably their beer.
Anyway, so they had their 6-year-old construction paper labels. Then they went to stuff like this, which is what I was talking about when I said they're much better than the 6-year-old drawing labels. Okay, now it's not a good label, but compared to what it was, that's 10,000 times better. Now they're out, and they're neon blue to up here, neon green to down here, then a neon fucking purple thing in the center, and it says Old Curmudgeon over the. It fucking looks horrendous now.
Curmudgeon.
Well, that's one of their beers.
Did Founder sue him yet?
No.
It's actually Curmudgeon over there. Close.
Oh, they're just Old Curmudgeon, so. But no, so, and actually, they're trying to distribute to the U.S., so they're probably going to get sued.
Right into Michigan, right into Grand Rapids. Fuck Founders, here we go. Everyone's going to buy our fucking buttery beer.
Okay, Greg Bylog says, yes, I would. I don't know what in that's regard to.
He's in the fucking shed. What is he doing?
I don't know.
What is he doing?
And he says, that looks like Yort's butt plug. I don't know what that is referring to either. It was only 6 minutes ago, so whatever we were talking about 6 minutes ago, apparently.
Oh, he was showing his openers.
Oh, okay. That's a painful-looking butt plug. And Dallahan Brewing says, evening, gents, and Solente, our Sante guy.
Solanche.
Oh, wow.
Solanche? Okay, I don't know. It doesn't look like that. Et Sante is what it looks like. So there's no L in there.
L-A-I-N-T-E?
No, there's no L.
As a king of beer tube, you need to work on your foreign policy, my sir.
I just need to expel all the foreigners is what I need to do.
See you later, Guy.
Now, Guy's not a foreigner. He's an expatriate, so he's acceptable.
Oh, my God. He's some kind of French. I don't like it.
Chad, why do you keep saying I'm French? I'm not French, man.
Come on, Chad. Jesus. What are you doing?
My wife is French, but I'm not French. I have no French blood in me whatsoever. I'm Irish and native. And
100% wrong.
And you're Irish and native mixed with your living in the area you're living in makes you French.
All right.
You live in Rockland, okay? French.
What the fuck are you, Chad? You're fucking Yeti and fucking Buffalo and fucking Irish and...
No, one of my brother's fathers is from Rockland, and that every French family, his cousins and all, it's hysterical. His grandfather, my brother's father's grandfather, had 4 kids, and those 4 kids each had 12 kids. My dad had 13 brothers and sisters. Sorry, Kyle's dad had 13 brothers and sisters. Kyle's aunt on that family had it was just stupid the amount of kids that were in that fucking family. That whole place is French. There's nothing but French.
All right.
Rockland's French.
Okay. We'll say 75% French, 25% English. How's that?
That works. They're
All
still
right.
French.
Terribly racist people I'm associated with.
Any other comments? Well, he's still trying to get his stuff going.
Let's see. We'll do another refresh here. See if any of the masses have chimed in. Any of the plebes have any thoughts?
If anyone wants in here, since we know that Greg isn't talking to us, he's just in the chat room, let us know. We'll kick him out.
Let's see. Bylog says, for some reason, even though there's only 9 of you, it's telling me that the chat is full. Yeah,
Oh,
weird.
because you're actually logged in as the 10th person right now.
Greg, what kind of moron are you? Are you serious right now? Is this happening?
He says, hashtag Team Booberry. He says it's never nutty enough unless it's from Junction and it's too nutty. Chris F. Graves says, whatever the hell happened to Irish Reds? I'd always pick one up at a bar knowing of the complexity of the brewing process and wondering what someone's result would be. Now, all out of style, hop to high, holy Jesus, and ABV through the roof. I don't think that's a sentence, sir. And Dollahan Brewing says, et sente means and health.
I just got a notification, man. Chat has presented Bylog to everyone. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't either.
I prefer that not to ever happen again.
Sounds really gross.
Actually, here's the thing. I would eject him, but we've learnt from us being assholes and just kicking out Paul one night when he was just, leaving the computer on when he had to do his stuff, that blocks him, and then it takes me like weeks to find him again to unblock him. And I don't want to block him. I just want to kick this this one spot out so at least he can get back in. He probably got kicked out and hasn't been able to get back in because this won't log out. But if I eject it, it's going to block him.
I feel like everyone would be okay with that.
Yeah, that's alright.
What does Greg got to say? Everything's nutty, it all tastes better on tap, and if you put beers in the fridge for 1 week exactly, it ages to perfection. I mean, that's all you got.
That's all you got, bro?
That's all he's bringing to the table.
Now you're not actually blocked. Once I figure out how to unblock you, you'll be unblocked. I just had to
I
eject.
didn't think you'd actually do it, but I like that. Fuck you, Greg!
No, it's not. I'm not. Fuck you, Joe. Now to what Chris is saying is how did what happened to Irish Reds? And it's true. What happened to red ales? Red ales used to be like a nut brown or a normal brown ale. They were just kind of boring. They were good to drink. They were a good sipping beer. Now they're either high ABV or high IBU, and that's really the only two things you get from them. And what happened to them is people just had to try and make something different than everybody each time. And then it became, oh, well, you made a hoppy red, I need to make a hoppy red. Oh, you made a hoppy red, well, I'm going to make a hoppier red. Oh, you made a hoppier red, well, I'll make a red that's higher ABV. Oh, you made one, and it just kept going like that.
You know what happened? Fucking Americans is what happened to it. Fucking Americans are goddamn hop fetish. That's what happened to it.
It's not the most exciting style, so I guess variations are.
No, it's not an
inevitable,
exciting style, but it was a style that you could go to a bar and know you could drink all night without a palate fatigue or anything. And now, not necessarily.
I think there's less and less people that want to have that. They less and less people want to have a beer they can drink all night because they want variety. And they want something that's going to be super flavorful. Honestly, I like Irish Reds, but I can see how people can just be like, oh, they're super malty, whatever, boring. Kind of like how I see like brown ales for the most part. So I think it's one of those styles that people have gotten kind of bored with. So what's the option? Hop it up. That's the option for everything.
We live in a ADHD society, basically. It's just next thing, next thing, next thing, you know? Like, that's not going to keep people's attention. It's sad, but it's true.
Well, look at another side. Like, I think a lot of us would agree that Pilsners are probably not for... The vast majority of us are not huge into Pilsners. But if you take a Pilsner and replace the old school fucking German hops with new age American hops, guess what? All of a sudden, people are like, I like Pilsners now. It's just one of those things.
You're trying it at least, so give it a try.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like Pilsners. I like Firestone Walker's Evo Pils. Why? Because it's not the same old boring, to me, hop profile that's been around for hundreds of years. It's something different, something unique, and something that I actually enjoy. So I think it's one of those styles that a lot of people don't gravitate towards. You never hear anyone like, man, did you have that Irish Red? Oh my God, 10 out of 10. No one says that because it is one of those like 7, 8 out of 10 beers, a good, solid drinking
Well,
beer.
I was going to say, you don't usually hear a 10 out of 10, but you'll always hear a 6, a 7, a 5 at the lowest usually. Like, they're just a solid drinking beer, and that's it.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's a lot of solid drinking beers, and there's a lot of styles that have that. So when breweries are trying to think of different things to tweak, I think the base of an Irish Red is great to hop or to barrel age. One of the best barrel aged beers I've had in the last year was the one that Brad sent me from Phillips. What the hell is it? The Irish Red aged in
Rum barrels.
rum barrels? It's fucking awesome. Absolutely amazing.
Well, I do think that a red ale, a proper like red ale, be it Irish or whatever, is mild and stable enough that any barrel flavor will just pop because it's going to showcase the barrel and nothing else.
I don't think that was a big beer either. It might have been like 6 something.
6.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's going to come from the barrel because it was probably a 4.5 to 5% alcohol beer when it was first made.
I think that's what Bose did with their St. Patrick's Irish Red. They barrel aged in whiskey, I think.
That's such a great beer.
Yeah, and they blend it. They do a regular, and then they do the whiskey aged, and they at least the first time they did it, they blended it.
Yeah.
Also, they have a strong Patrick with fucking whiskey aged version.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Lee wants someone. He's placing an order with Dale. That's what I heard.
If I get out there and I see it, I'll pick one up and I'll bring it to the festival for you.
Awesome.
Look at that.
There's something to talk about. I can't talk about it on the Facebook side or the Twitter or anything like that, but I have this one guy who keeps posting that he's not coming to the festival because Railway City's not there. And you know what? That's fine. If that's what you want, if that's what you want, that's fine. But let me explain to you. I'm not even going to touch why Railway City. Well, I might because I'm drinking now. I might touch why they're not there, but let's talk about this at all. The way a festival works is I send a message to breweries and I say, I'm having a festival. Would you like in? Or I call a brewery and say, I'm having a festival. Would you like in? This is the price. This is what you have to do. They say yes or no. I don't pick and choose who it is. I will say, do you want in? And that's it. Or if they contact me, like Highland Brew Company came to me. They're like, we'd like in your festival. Okay, this is what you have to do to get in. Okay, you got it. You're done. So first thing I said to him is, that great? That's great. Talk to Railway City. And then he came back and he said, well, Railway City says you don't want them there. And I go, and I'm like, okay, that's not what happened. I'm not going to get into it because it's unprofessional. You can tell Paul that if he really wants, I can do an entire video about the entire step-by-step process of what happened. And I have every message he sent me before he rage quit and blocked me on every media site he has. So, really, Paul, you might want to just admit that you fucked up and be done with it. If you don't want to admit it, that's fine. If you keep telling your people that it's my fault, I might have to go into what happened because I like to clear my name. I don't like my name being besmirched. And fuck you. And your beer sucks anyway.
Yeah, your beer does suck.
Well, that's a lie. I don't think his beer sucks, but I don't think his beer is as good as he thinks it is for the most part. But it is a lot of it's solid drinking beer. What it all transpired from is he had Double Dead Elephant in the LCBO for what was it, $12.95 a bottle? And I said $12.95 a bottle was too much money when I could buy 10 bitter years for $5 a bottle. And I had a conversation on Jordan St. John's Facebook page about it because Jordan St. John was bitching about it being low quality. I said it wasn't low quality, but it's way too overpriced for what you're getting. And it went back and forth, and then one of our mutual friends sent the messages to Paul, and Paul decided I said it all, not Jordan at all, because Jordan is in the actual media, so he has a bigger say than I do. So then he put it all on me, and then he gave me a 20-page like freak out. And then rage quit and blocked me on everything.
Oh, what a pussy!
And I sent him a response, but I was blocked. And then but he unblocked me for 1 day just to read my response because I now have on the message read on blah 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 date. And then he reblocked me. So
what a childish bitch.
Yeah. So basically, Railway City isn't at the festival because Railway City doesn't want to deal with the fact that they're pissed off that I said their price was too much for the product they had. And he had sent me in the message, well, you could drink it for $5 a pint at a lot of bars. And I'm like, well, $5 a pint, I'd drink it all up. $13 a bottle, I'm not fucking touching it. And that's just the way it is. I mean, it's the same with the black lager from Silversmith. You know who doesn't freak out and rage quit on me? Matt that owns Silversmith. I go into Silversmith. I buy a pint of black lager while I'm talking to them. I drink my pint of black lager that cost me $5.75. I buy whatever beers I haven't had, and I go to leave. He goes, "Are you going to buy a bottle of black lager?" I go, "What have I told you since the beginning? I'm not paying $8.75 for a motherfucking black lager. It's just not happening." And he goes, "Okay, have a good day." That's what happens because it's what happens.
I'll just say this right now, hands down, worst table at the initial Valnerano Beer Fest, Railway City. Most annoying rep, and you would notice during the day, most people avoided it because he was just sort of standing there looking wide-eyed, like, "Where's all the people? Where's all the people?" Maybe if you didn't act like the fucking fake douchebag while you're trying to give beer to people. Just saying.
And it's funny because there was a lot of people there. The building was packed, and a lot of breweries did really well. Some breweries didn't. Some breweries just broke even, but a lot of breweries did really well.
Yep. And Railway City, I bet, did not do very well.
You know who did do well? Innocent Gun. Lager, 10 out of 10. Amazing.
Hey, Joe.
Actually,
hey, Joe.
you know what? Innocent Gun probably did in the top 5. I paid them out. Yeah, they were probably actually in the top 4 people to get paid out.
Hey, Joe. How would you like to have your head twisted and your neck broken? You know, next time I see you, like, how would you like to have that?
We could look into it. We can
Just put a little fucking headlock on you and maybe punch
we
you.
can have a wrestling match in the basement.
I know.
We need to choreograph everything. It's got to be a 5-star match.
I know Joe is really trolling Lee right now, but I am one of two beer festivals in Ontario that has Innocent Gun. The other one's Toronto Festival of Beer. That's great.
Did they bring the lager to the Toronto Festival of Beer?
Yes, they did.
They should. It's the best beer ever.
Special.
Right, Joe? It's the best beer ever, according to you, according to me.
I have no idea. I don't know if it is or not. I didn't drink it.
I know you
wish I did.
I've just been hearing you vouch for me all over the place, saying it's the best lager ever. So,
all right, it's not a 10 out of 10. It's more like a 9.75. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's simmer down a little bit there, Joe.
We should do a group toilet review at the festival.
Oh, talking about toilets at the festival. Who wants to take a guess as to how much a porta potty costs for one day? One porta potty.
They're fucking
$5,000. How much?
$500.
$5,000.
5,000. 500. No.
200.
a few $100.
200 plus tax per porta potty for a day.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So
They
you
gotta
can bring in
clean
like
that
one.
fucker out and take it away too. So I don't know.
How many are you looking to get?
I don't know. The building is good for 400 people. We think we're gonna have 1,500. So I'm like, I should roll by what? 4 or 5. They're like, no, you should get 15. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting 15, buddy.
Buffalo's terrible.
I gotta look into health code and see how many I need. But the thing is, I don't even know how many people are actually coming. Right? I have no clue. We've sold so few tickets. It's not even funny because Niagara Falls is horrible for this not buying until at the door. I really, and that's why I put the at the door price up to $30 instead of $25, because I need to get this out of their minds. I need to get this we can just buy at the door thing out of your mind. There's not many beer festivals here in Ontario, period, that you can buy at the door. I can't stop beer sales at the door, the ticket sales at the door, because last year we had 300 people show up the day of. But I can't also do a festival without having any clue how many people are showing up.
Would it be cheaper if we filled the toilets with the Coors Light instead of water?
Could you tell the difference?
No, it would not be cheaper to fill the toilets with Coors Light.
I bet you there would be more alcohol in the toilets than just the regular water after, 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, higher quality than Coors Light.
that'd be Coors Banquet. The fancy Coors.
Altitude.
Yeah. Greg Bylog says it successfully kicked me out, but I need another invite. If not, I'll just have to hear my thoughts in Lee's voice. Hey, man.
I think that Lee is no longer reading your comments.
At least your thoughts would be coherent and sexy as fuck. Massive Beer Review says, I'll jump in for a hot minute if I can get a direct invite. The regular link will work for him tonight, apparently.
I don't know how to send you a direct invite. I just sent you another invite. But I don't know what the fuck you mean by a direct invite.
You just add him to the chat, whatever the fuck it is on.
Yeah. I think there was probably like a general invite thing that you do with your circles or whatever that pops up on Google Plus, and then so that's what basically everyone gets to start with, and then after that you can just go invite this person, invite this person, invite this person.
Lubrew, massive beer reviews. Do you know Lubrew? Who's Lubrew? He keeps asking me about beers that if I've had them or not, and when I say I haven't, he says get Matt to bring them up for massive beer reviews when he comes up.
He's not connected with Lou's reviews, is he? There, Dinkle.
Hey, gentlemen, here's a question for you guys. How do you guys think this sounds? I did an experiment brew. I made a red rye IPA, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of using the traditional fucking citrus hops and shit, I used, like, melon, apricot, peach, candy kind of hops. It smelled delicious coming out of the car. Boy, it's in the keg right now. It's kegging up. It'll be maybe a week before that's ready, but what do you guys think of that?
I don't know, that sounds like something I'd like.
Yeah, because you get, depending on how much rye you put in, you get the spice sort of coming up with the hop flavors. That'd be interesting, yeah.
Well, it's a 7% beer, and there's about 2 pounds of rye in there, so...
Yeah, that sounds good.
It does.
I'm hoping. It smells good.
Hello, Matt. What are you drinking?
I am drinking Brewdog Psycho Cocoa. This is a Russian Imperial Stout with...
Cocoa Psycho?
Cocoa Psycho, yeah, sorry. With a ton of Russian Imperial Stout with a ton of coffee and vanilla and all that fun stuff.
Oh, I think that's the one I had at the bar.
Wasn't that the one you got like berry notes and stuff in?
I got the olives note on that one.
Oh yeah, olives.
Olives, really?
You picking up them strong olives, man?
Black or green olives?
Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah.
Green, I think you said, right?
I think it was that one. I'm not sure.
What about orange candies? Was there any orange candy in it?
Marmalade?
How does orange be similar to olives? What the fuck?
How's your bird? Has it had its bird date tonight?
I don't remember what its birthday is.
I didn't ask about its birthday. I asked if it had a bird date. I know it has bird dates with a specific bird from Welland, is what I've been told.
I'm not gonna bring my bird to your place.
I don't want your bird at my place. I've just been told that you have phone call bird dates with a certain person from Welland where your birds talk to each other. Okay, I don't know.
No, not recently, no.
Not recently?
Chicka bow wow.
I said to that specific person, you just wait, there's going to be a LaChance wedding in May.
Take a little chance on me.
So Matt, as you drink that beer right now, I just want to tell you what the superior palate of one Guy LaChance would give to you if you would like to know, because it is something else.
What?
Okay, so the untapped check-in from Guy on Cocoa Psycho would be blueberry, woodbark, fermented red cherries, green olives, dark chocolate, and black coffee.
I don't know. I think I get almond husk in there.
That's all of us. A little bit of Street Fighter. I don't. A touch of carrots.
It's dry. It's definitely dry. It's a cool beer. I dig it. It's so expensive though. All the BrewDog shit is way too expensive.
Yeah, in the States it is. I assume it's more there. Obviously, it's expensive here.
Was that what you were talking about? Were you talking about those neon fucking disgusting labels that are out now?
For what?
I had commented on how the new labels from a certain brewery in Ontario were a lot nicer than they were before, and Aaron told me I needed my eyes checked if that's what I thought. And then today I saw a third set of new labels by them, so I want to know if he just saw those ones before me, because it went horrible, acceptable, but still not good, back to horrible. That's the way their labels have progressed. Actually, the new ones are probably worse than the old ones.
What brewery is that?
Grand River. Grand River Brewing from good old Cambridge, Ontario.
You probably never had anything from them, and you probably don't ever want to try anything from them, ever. They not only do their labels suck, but so does their beer.
We like their tabby.
Yeah, but I liked it because it tasted like a fucking cooler, but it was so fucking fake. It was stupid.
Yeah, this is made with real raspberries, and we're standing like 5 or 10 feet away from the table. How is this real raspberries? What the fuck is in that?
It's like, man, that tastes pretty much like fakeness.
No,
I'm surprised it did.
The world needs ditch diggers. If you don't have the bottom, you don't know where the top is. So you have to have shit beer.
They do have some stupid shit. I like it.
9 viewers. Anyone else have any comments or questions? Any of the panel have any comments or questions or anything they want to talk about?
Well, you guys were talking about the Strong Patrick earlier, right? So based on those website, it's a 1/8 barrel-aged blend and aged on oak, 6.7% alcohol by volume.
And it's a very good beer.
So I know Dale sent me the original Strong Patrick, which was awesome.
The original, I think, was like 1/5 age.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
So now it's
something like
1/8. So they lessened it. They made it cheaper.
Well, they keep getting bigger and bigger too. So I mean, yeah. I remember that when I went for my interview with them, they were talking about how there was a barrel of Strong Patrick that had exploded on the floor, and they all stood around it crying. I probably would have too.
The one thing I wanted to talk about, I just saw today, and it just dawned on me that would work for this. Is I just saw today, Sam's Club will sell you a barrel full of Jack Daniels.
Yes, they will. It's like $10,000, isn't it? Or something.
It's
There, right
like,
there.
Yeah. It's $10,000. So I mean, anybody out there hard up for a whiskey barrel to age some beer in? I mean, you can go to Sam's Club and just wheel and deal yourself a nice barrel of Jack Daniels.
Okay, so you got to drink the Jack Daniels first, though. That's
Yes, you do, Lee. Lee, get on top of that. It might take you a month or two, which I know you can do.
No, that would take me more than a month or two. That would take me quite a while.
That'd be awesome, though.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Well, how many
Daniels.
bottles of Jack Daniels would you get from a barrel?
Too many.
Yeah,
Exactly. Good answer.
How many liters are in an actual full-on barrel?
Oh shit.
Well, since it's in the United States, it'd be gallons. But I mean, if you want to go by that, I have no idea. I was just trying.
Well, it's hard to pin down.
I know.
And it's hard to pin down an exact number, but according to multiple sources, Jack Daniel barrels hold 53 gallons of whiskey.
And a gallon. So
that's 200 liters per barrel.
200 liters.
Wow.
A U.S. gallon is roughly about 4 liters. So yeah.
What does that break down to bottle then?
200 bottles. If you're doing 750s, you're looking at like 250 bottles. About that.
That's like a weekend for Lee.
Well, I mean, the good thing about buying that barrel full of Jack Daniels, is you could let it sit in that barrel for 3 or 4 more years before you drink it, and it might be amazing then.
True.
I'd have to start an illegal whiskey bar and invite people in and sell them Jack Daniels.
No, just you and your brother, and we'd like to see you playing video games all night.
No. No, that would be horrible.
Just to have that barrel in the corner and people come to your house and be like, "What is that?" and be like, "Oh, it's just a barrel of Jack Daniels." Be like, "No," and be like, "Oh, you got the barrel from?" No, it's full. No.
Yeah, it only cost me $10,000. It was, no big deal.
$10. You want to suck off the tap for 3 seconds or something? There you go.
Devin says the barrels we got were 200 liters. According to
meal time. Jack Daniel's South.
Well, yeah, that's what that barrel would be. That's a 200-liter barrel, so about 250 750s out of it. And a 750's what, like $35? So you're paying about $4,000 for just the barrel.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Didn't KBS start using those barrels when they first started that beer? Founders?
Whiskey? Jack Daniels? I don't think so.
See, no one would buy this. Home brewers, if they wanted to age in barrels, they'd just buy a fucking empty barrel. No one's going to buy this shit unless they're incredibly stupid.
Most home brewers also don't have $10,000 laying around going, Jack Daniels barrels at Sam's. Holy shit, I need that right now.
But there's no brewery that's going to buy this. Is there? Like, they must know they can do.
This is for a rich person that wants to put it in their house, age it for a few years, and then bottle it.
Yeah.
Like rich people shop at Sam's Club. Are you serious right now?
For a $10,000 bottle, $10,000 barrel full of Jack, they might. I mean, if they're Jack fans.
If you have $10,000 to spend on a Jack Daniels barrel, you're not rolling around in Sam's Club going, "Oh, I can get 100 pack of this for $7 less." Yes, that's not happening.
No, but you could see the ad and go, I can have a whole barrel filled with Jack Daniels, and I can age it for as long as I want before I bottle it.
And you got to bottle it yourself, though. I guess you just pay someone to do it.
Listen, Joe, you're the person that talks about like 750s, or not 750s, like bombers and stuff like that being like off kilter. Be like, it's just next level. It's be like, everybody thinks like the bomber is such a good deal, but in reality, it's not. Be like, you get it's a barrel, buddy. $10,000, it's a deal.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
barrel.
awesome.
People aren't going to do the math and go, oh fuck, I'm paying like $3,500 extra dollars because I'm buying it in a barrel.
The people who are buying it certainly aren't doing the math at all, ever.
Yeah.
These don't hit the fucking Jack Daniels barrel and told. I want it.
These barrels are for Bill Gates' homebrewer, is what it is.
I'm sure they used to just throw them out. They used to just scrap the barrel when they were done. Now they're like, oh, breweries want them.
Oh, everybody wants them now.
All of a sudden, the barrel's worth something. Yeah.
That's the thing too. The barrel. That's not how. That is not how a barrel looks.
It's pretty clean looking.
Oh, they should sell it in those cheap blue plastic barrels.
The water carboy things. The rain leader jugs. You just siphon out when you want a bottle. You're good. Jack Daniels. So I shouldn't use that for a barrel aged stout of my own.
Oh, you got $10,000 in Canadian money, like
no, I bought
$1,000 to buy one of those.
I bought oak spirals, so I still want to soak them in bourbon, but I don't. Should I bother buying a decent bourbon or just get Jack Daniels?
I would get a decent bourbon. I would go fucking bottom.
Okay.
I mean, if you're putting effort into making a good beer, pick a good bourbon.
In Canada, 245 bottles of 245. Sorry, in Ontario, 245 26ers of Jack Daniels would cost you $8,575. So you're paying almost $1,500 just for the barrel.
Yeah, like $1,100.
And you get the pleasure of bottling it too.
Yeah.
You get the pleasure of drinking it straight from the barrel until it's all gone.
You can't really drink it straight from the barrel though, because you can't tap it and then just keep the tap sitting there. In time, you're going to oxidize it so much that you can't even drink it.
Right. It's Blue Bin tonight.
Listen, you're just making too much sense. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's $10,000. If you have the money, go and get it. If not, then don't. But no one has the money to go get it. No one has $10,000. Even if you're a home brewer, you like beer, not many people are even going to think of that for anything other than it's a fucking barrel full of Jack Daniels. Let's get shit faced for a long time.
$10,000, I could buy so much incredibly awesome barrel aged beer already.
Why would I also buy non-alcoholic things?
No, and I could buy $10,000 worth of awesome fucking whiskey too. I wouldn't have to buy fucking Jack Daniels. I could buy fucking. You know how much
of glassware, right, Ewart?
Buy
Wait,
What's $10,000?
For $10,000, you could buy one bottle opener from this guy in Mississippi that makes them at home.
Matt showed a picture of it was a Jack Daniels barrel at Sam Adams full of Jack Daniels for $9,660.
No.
Yeah.
No. So that's, you can
get some redheads, eh?
You can get a Four Roses barrel for $5,000.
Empty though, right?
You know how much?
What, can you get it at Sam's Club?
Sam's Club. What the fuck is Sam's Club?
Can you just roll into Sam's Club and be like, oh, I need some, fucking cereal. I need some oatmeal. Oh, there's a Jack Daniels barrel just hanging out over there full of Jack Daniels.
I'm just thinking how many bottles of Lefroy in a hard bag I could buy for myself. I would be set up for like the next 30 years of my life in Scotch alone.
You always got to harken back to the original question. Is it in a barrel, and is it placed inside of a Sam's Club?
Does someone help you to your car with the barrel?
Yeah. Do you get help? Do you have to find a way to physically move it from the floor to whatever you're transporting?
And then you're just like, it doesn't fit in my hatchback. What do I do?
No, it's like you bought it, fuck you. Get out of the building, motherfucker.
I'm sure some rich bastard just bought it, just like dumped it in my bath and took a bath and just dumped it.
Taking a bath at Jack Daniels? Oh my god.
I'm gonna dip a fucking toe in the JD.
Sam's Club. I'm surprised Costco didn't think of it first. Costco's gonna have like a rival brand. Come get our Jim Beam barrels. They're $9,400. Let's go.
If it was at Costco, that would just be big barrels of mayonnaise.
Yeah, big barrels of mayonnaise.
Stunts.
Nobody's made a mayonnaise beer so far.
Yeah, there's a good reason there, I think.
Man Love IPA.
I don't know, man. Rogue could tackle that, I think.
Rogue Sriracha Stout showed up here the other day.
Oh, yeah.
We had it before you? What?
Yeah, that's stupid.
I did not buy it.
How much was it, Brad? Because I didn't even see the price.
Too fucking much, probably.
Anything over like $1 was probably too much.
I just bought
like $30. Who knows?
I just bought the Rogue Pretzel Raspberry Chocolate, and it was like
horrible.
Yeah, the pink
That was
bottle.
fucking horrible.
Like $9.
You could taste the pretzel down.
The lemon chiffon curler sounds good though.
Does it?
No,
Yeah, it does. It sounds amazingly awesome.
Sounds like asshole.
Come on. I'm sure it tastes like lemon pledge.
They're like, we're not gonna think of any real beers. Let's just keep making donuts.
Well, apparently,
Spectacular.
apparently Sky, the punter, apparently he liked the beard beer.
Oh, really?
Try the beard beer.
Well, that one just sounds like outside of the fact that the yeast comes from that dude's beard, like it doesn't sound that fucking weird. It's just like, okay, you're making a beer of yeast, okay.
They had to pitch real yeast. There's no way they cultivated pure yeast from that beer, did they?
Yeah, they used their quality assurance lab to cultivate the yeast out of his beard.
Whoa, time out. Rogue has a quality assurance lab?
Yeah,
When did this happen?
Steam Whistle has it too. A lot of breweries have one, but their lab.
Yeah. Well, what does Steam Whistle do? They make 2 fucking beers. Oh wow,
No,
they must be
make
really
one.
busy at the lab.
They make one beer.
I was gonna say they have 2 beers.
Well, they have the filtered and the unfiltered, but I mean, they must
That's
be,
not 2 beers. That's one beer.
they must be really busy at the fucking lab,
Rogue has a quality assurance lab. That is, I don't even know how to react.
I can see Steam Whistle's fucking lab. Oh, does this taste like a Pilsner? Yeah, it tastes like a Pilsner. Okay, put it out in the stores, boys.
There's 3 employees in their lab. Their lab has 3 employees.
Steam Whistle or Rogue?
Steam Whistle.
Okay,
So
Rogue,
they
Rogue
got
needs a lot more than 3.
They got 2 people buying coffee and 1 person doing the lab work. Okay.
I don't know. They just brought out fucking 2 cans of Steam Whistle beer with a ceramic fucking porcelain boot thingy, cup or glass or whatever you want to call it.
Cousin Pascal bought one. He's got
They
one.
call it the lucky boot or something.
No,
what
doesn't.
Yeah, I thought you
You see
turned
the
Cousin
can
Pascal
there?
on.
For St. Patty's Day, because they don't make a stout, they just came out with a glass.
Can they not make another beer? Are they retarded? Because
What happened is they brought Merrick over from the Czech Republic, and they swore to him he would never have to make another beer other than a Pilsner, so he just makes Pilsner all the time.
And when it's the perfect
Wouldn't
Pilsner,
he
I
be
mean, come
fucking
on,
bored?
when you've reached
bored by
perfection
now.
in the Pilsner land, I mean,
yeah, well,
come on.
I got
How many
news
of you know
for.
where Merrick's from? How many of you know what Merrick did before he did Steam Whistle?
Apparently made crappy beers in Europe because
He was the brewmaster for Pilsner Urquell.
Well, that's
So he failed at his job then in Canada? Is that what
he is downgraded quite a bit because Pilsner Urquell is fucking heads and above better than Steam Whistle.
See, and I actually prefer Steam Whistle, but I like it fresh. The only way I'll drink Steam Whistle is right at the brewery, or if I'm buying it right at the brewery because you get it that same day.
Fuck you, Chad. Fuck you.
I
You're
would
dead
get
to me,
more
sir.
fucking making the same fucking plain old simple Pilsner day in and day night.
And
Fuck
you know
that.
what? If you guys ever watch the Beerumentary from Steam Whistle, they like brainwash their employees because they give them two 2-4s a week to take home. So these guys drink nothing but Steam Whistle, and they're like Molson drinkers. I'm like, what's your favorite beer? Steam Whistle. If you had a choice of a beer from you and another craft brewery, what would they be? Steam Whistle and Steam Whistle. Because they drink nothing but Steam Whistle because they get two fucking 2-4s a week. What the fuck else are they going to drink?
Just because, like, do they have to drink it? They don't. They get
No,
it,
but they
don't
get to
have
bring
drink
it. They bring it home every week. So why would you buy beer when you have 48 beers a week sitting in your fridge?
Maybe because that you don't enjoy. Like if you worked at Budweiser, like here's free 2-4s, I'd be like, that's great. I'm not drinking that. Fuck off. You can keep your fucking 2-4s, the greatest beer in the land.
I don't think they'd accept you.
Amazing quality.
I don't think they'd accept that. But yeah, when I reviewed my can of Steam Whistle, I said it in the review. I'm like, before I had this bottle that I know is only like 2 days old, I hated Steam Whistle. But now that I've had it fresh, it actually tastes good. But I think that's the biggest problem, is Steam Whistle doesn't sell very fast outside of Toronto. It doesn't seem to, at least. And in Toronto, you get so fresh. It's like Heineken. I've heard so many stories about Heineken right at the brewery is amazing. Heineken, once you get it in Canada, horrible. Steam Whistle's the same.
Amazing for
Heineken
what,
right at the
though?
brewery.
The style?
For what it is. Like, it's amazing just to drink. It's a great, refreshing, non-offensive beer. I mean, Steam Whistle, the Steam Whistle I've had fresh, awesome. It's exactly what a Pilsner should be. The Steam Whistle I've had not fresh, the Steam Whistle I bought myself, I don't want to drink.
How far away from your place are they?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, we could go there.
The same thing here. My parents went down to Toronto and they went to the Pilsner Brewery, Steam Whistle Brewery, and they brought me back a fresh beer from there. And I had a can of Steam Whistle previously, and the one from the brewery was much better than the one I got from the LCBO.
Yeah, what they sell at the retail store, basically they just keep taking flats from the canning and bottling line. So the canning and bottling line cans and bottles every single day, and they just take flats as they need them right from the skids that just were canned and bottled.
Big flats?
Not big flats, no.
Damn it.
Fuck you. I know what you're trying to get.
I think Rogue needs to steal a lot of AB InBev employees for their whole quality assurance sector, because I heard that Budweiser's quality control is amazing from certain sources, and I feel like Rogue probably could be helped just a little bit.
Beer is shit, but it tastes the same kind of shit every single time.
So I think Rogue probably needs the exact same thing.
Well, that's what happens when you use the same yeast in every fucking beer you produce, right?
Oh, the Pac-Man yeast. And what is it? The fucking coastal water? What is it?
Oh, free range
coastal water. That's what gives it a shitty flavor.
Free range coastal water is just as bad as the artisanal beers with the what's the wells, the the
Rare bird.
the beers from you, the beers from Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Rare bird from Authentic Sea
Yeah, but
Coast.
what's the word for it? What's the word for those wells? The
artisanal.
Yeah, okay. So artisanal fucking beer from artesian wells. Fuck that shit. That's just as bad as fucking free-range coastal water.
And I gotta tell you, Authentic Sea Coast has really gone down the shitter from their initial batches. They had Greg Nash doing the fucking initial brews, and then as soon as he went, woo, down goes the quality, boys.
Water cutting.
Yeah, that's where they got their artisanal water from, Greg Nash. He was hooking it up.
No, they just don't give a fuck. As soon as Greg Nash
there was a I don't even know who he was. There was a post today on your on the New Brunswick guys River Valley Beer Club or whatever, and it was about the only Cicerone in New Brunswick. And I'm like, I posted, I thought, in the Nova Scotia, the only Cicerone in Nova Scotia. I'm like, I thought Tracy Philippi was also a Cicerone. I had some guy, no, she's BGCP, like me, not a Cicerone. It's different training, but acceptable the same. And I was like, well, I know what BGCP is. I guess I misunderstood her cousin when he told me that she had the exact same qualifications I have. And that would be the other husband that is related to Tracy. We were talking.
Yeah, well, technically they might be right because Tracy's in Ontario now, isn't she?
No, she's in Halifax still.
Is she?
Halifax.
I thought she moved.
No, she moved from Ontario to Halifax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was actually a brewer at Propeller and at Garrison at one point.
Yeah.
Yep. Where the fuck is Ethan? We are running out of topics. I would like to talk about things that have happened. About 12 years ago.
I have about 10 minutes left, so if anyone has anything they want to talk about, let's go. I got to get offline early tonight.
Can we talk about ponytails?
Ponytails? Who has a ponytail here? I don't have a ponytail. Do any of you have ponytails?
How long would you guys think that Lee would last in
I
that?
don't have a ponytail.
How long do we think Lee would last? What?
That town, Alberta, with a bylaw, you can't swear, spit, or scream. It's illegal now.
Is it?
You can get a ticket.
You can get a...
You get a ticket?
For swearing, sure. Why not?
Wait, is this in public, or...
Yeah.
Directed at little children? I don't know.
They tap your house, and they Big Brother. They keep track of everything you do.
I probably wouldn't last too long in Alberta, then. You're
How are those
welcome
circumstances coming up? I don't know.
You're welcome to your Nazi province. I'll stay out of that, I guess.
Telling you, man, demolition, man, that's gonna happen.
How's there a town like that in the liquor stores? They have co-ops.
Alberta's big, Joe. This is
no, it's fucking really tiny. I'm pretty sure everything revolves around Calgary.
They're gonna dock you a credit for swearing.
Fuck that.
Joe doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Yeah, how does the seashells work?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows how to use
Big old Chris F. Grave wants to know our thoughts on beer with vegetables. He's made a chili pilsner, chili porter with hot wax peppers. You know what? If you're talking about vegetables, I think we need to knock hot peppers completely out of the loop because hot peppers work in beer very well, especially if they're brewed by somebody that knows what they're doing. Other vegetables, I've had a smoked meat asparagus beer. That was fucking horrible. Other than that, I haven't had any other real big vegetable beers. I've had some that have tasted like vegetables, like the Niagara's Best Light that I bought for Lee that tasted like mushrooms.
I make a really good raspberry jalapeno beer, and that's pretty fucking good.
Well, we just said no hot peppers.
What about pumpkin yam? That's...
Well, okay, no pumpkin yams either, okay? Fuck. Pick out the things that are normal.
Cucumbers as a vegetable or a fruit.
Okay, so just like salad vegetables.
So what about a pumpkin? A pumpkin's a vegetable.
I've had a cucumber saison, but like I said, I don't know. I think
I know there are garlic beers out there. I've never had one, but
I just want to try that hot dog water beer.
I'm drinking a
I'm sure we can
ginger
get them to make
saison.
another Frankenwiener for you.
should come to the Detroit Fest and they do the Chicago one. I'm sure it's better than Dev's shitty homebrew. That's right, Dev. Fuck you for not showing up ever.
Does the ginger saison count as a vegetable?
Ginger's a root.
All right, then it doesn't count.
all right, fuck you, Chad.
I've had an asparagus beer, a tomato beer, and
Who made? Kyle. Kyle
both
at
my
my college
shorts.
does a tomato basil IPA. It's apparently really good.
Wait, aren't
enchiladas count?
Aren't there potato beers?
No, not enchilada. This is actually
Damn it!
no.
I'm pretty sure enchiladas count.
There's a couple potato beers out there, aren't there?
Yeah, there's the Irish potato stout from Black Creek.
What we really need is a beet beer and a radish beer and a...
Beets would probably work really well. Well, beets are what are used in a lot of Belgian beers. The beet sugar.
Beet sugar, yeah.
Yeah,
Sugar is Belgian candy sugar.
I've seen beet saisons, just never had one before. I've also had a cucumber saison too.
Yeah, cucumber saison is what I had. I'm pretty sure. I want to say he had a carrot barley wine, or maybe that was just his tasting notes. I can't remember.
My favorite gin is a cucumber gin. So I mean, yeah.
Was that the red fracas from California?
No, you said that one tasted like raisins. There was something else you had.
Tomatoes.
So
last
last night, guys, I know this is strange from Beer Facts, but I'm about to get offline because I hear her moving around upstairs. So last night, while I've been on my leave, I've been watching movies with my wife every night. And last night she goes, "Oh, I've never watched Back to the Future." She's never watched Back to the Future. So we started with Back to the Future 1, and we're going to do Back to the Future 2 once I get offline here. And for anyone at all that is a movie buff and has not watched Back to the Future, I pity you. And second, is Chris Lloyd's character not screaming to be like a Doctor Who character? Does he not scream the Doctor?
He could be the doc. He definitely be the Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. Because Doc Brown just screams the Doctor to me.
But I mean, he's just a scientific extension of his character on Taxi, really.
True.
I'm in the same.
Ignatowski.
I'm in the same situation as you, Chad. My 16-year-old, he hasn't seen Back to the Future, so we watched the first one a couple nights ago, and so now I have the second and third one to watch, and he liked the first one.
Yeah, you see, we're at that age now where we run into kids who have not seen these movies, and we're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Or grown adults. Apparently.
So, to everybody that's here, thank you for coming. Next week, if you want to be on the panel, let us know. You can be on the panel. If you have topics you want us to talk about, send it to us.
If you want to be on the panel, don't fucking sit here for like a half an hour and then comment in the comment section while your shit's frozen. Fucking Greg, what a dummy.
Anyway, thank you guys.
Bye-bye.